Hi, everyone. This is Shirley from Shirley's World. My new carpet down. See, it's kind of busy, but I haven't been used to a carpet for a while. Yeah, I got it at Wayfair on sale. So it's a very good price, but it is a little busy. It'll be very warm feeling in the winter, these colors. Yeah, so welcome everybody. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Brian Farm, and Janet's here. Bumblebee's here. Diane. Everybody's here. Well, I had a big day for me today. I went actually 2 shopping trips, which after the first one, I didn't think I'd be going to the second one, but I did. This morning, though, I had planned on going to the new thrift store, that big Volunteers of America thrift store. But the more I thought about it, and the more the Baltimore Oriole kept pecking at my window, I decided this bird wants fed. Now, Baltimore Orioles, this is another bird lesson today. Baltimore Orioles are migratory. They're not here all the time. They come here right around this time of year, and they usually return to the same place every year. They stay for about maybe a month or a little more, and they usually have one brood. It's a male and female come, and they're from down south, Louisiana, Florida, down south where it's warm. And they come up north for early summer. So while they're here, they look for food. Now, normally they eat caterpillars and insects and things like that. But I think when they first fly up, when they're migrating, they like to have the sugar. And that's why a lot of people started putting out oranges, or they have Baltimore Oriole feeders, just like hummingbird feeders. They're a little different because the Baltimore Oriole's beak isn't like the hummingbird. The hummingbird's beak, he doesn't suck his, the hummingbird doesn't suck up that nectar with his beak. He has a long, pointy beak, but his tongue is hugely long. I forget how long it is, but I've seen picture of it going down and wrapping around part of his body inside. It's a huge long tongue. That's how they get their food. But the Baltimore Oriole doesn't have that. And they make a different type of a feeder for a Baltimore Oriole. It sort of looks like a hummingbird feeder, but it's different the way they get the nectar. I don't have one of those. Now, I did at one point, I don't know whatever happened to it. I think I saw the Baltimore Orioles one year, and then I went, of course, ran out and bought a Baltimore feeder, and by that time, they were gone because they're only around here about a month or month and a half. And it never came back. It didn't seem to ever come back again. Well, then I don't know what I did with it. I don't have it anymore. But this pair started coming here a couple years ago. And so I started putting, like everybody did, I started putting out the halves of oranges. And then I dip out a little place in the middle and put grape jelly. Now, this year I've learned not to do that. The orange is just fine. The grape jelly, now I learned this first. I just read it also. It's out there too. But I just learned this year from Jolene, my dog walker, who I learned everything animal about. She is a wealth of information. But here's what happens with the grape jelly. The sun shines, the jelly gets sort of melty, gets sticky. Of course, it's sticky. And birds like it too because it's sweet and sugar. So if they get any on their wings, the hummingbirds being such tiny birds and such fine wings, that can wreck their wings. They won't be able to fly and they'll die. So no on the grape jelly. Take it down. Just put the orange. They both, the hummingbird, that's sweet nectar too. But I stick it right, I have one of those hook poles, for my hummingbird feeders, and I stick it on the point, the orange. I have it. I cut it in half and then I cut a hole in the bottom and stick it on the post. And they've been coming all day ever since I put it there. It was after I put it out there that they came. And there's 2 of them, and I think there's a couple more too, because there seems to be a little skirmish out there. So I don't think it's the male and female. I think it's 2 males. So they will build their nest right around here someplace, and I will try to look for it this year because they're supposed to be easy to spot. They are usually in the crook of a tree. They build them, and then they're sort of long, like a bag. Like, what's that word? Forget the word. Starts with a P. Pendulum. A pendulum. It's sort of like a little bag, and it's like a pouch, and that's how they build their nests. So it should be easy to spot because Baltimore Orioles are, well, they're maybe as big as a cardinal. They're not as big as a robin. They're slightly smaller, but they're not tiny like sparrows. They're like a medium-sized bird. 16 in the chat. Well, welcome everybody. Carla's here too. Yeah. So I'm having fun watching the Baltimore Oriole. I got a quick picture as he was on the feeder today. That's the one. If you wondered what that was, that's what it is. I didn't get a good picture. Every time I approach the window, of course, it chases them away because my hummingbird feeders, and they're close. My feeders are close to the window, so I can watch, But you can't do too much moving or you scare them. But anyway, this morning, I had intended on going to the thrift store, but then I thought I have to get to the store and get some oranges. So I had a list. So I went back to Mark's, that store I did the YouTube video about, where I got my plants, which are doing fine, by the way. I was going to get some perennials and things. They have their tomatoes out and everything, but that's for another day. I got the things I needed. I spent nearly $100 in there today. And I came back with the oranges, immediately cut them in half and put them out. And within 15 minutes, the Baltimore Orioles were out there feeding on them. So that made me very happy. But I was pooped. I was so tired from going to the store, just that one trip and that shopping, I was in there for nearly an hour. So I came home and I had lunch. I sat down because I hadn't intended on going to the thrift store. I thought I was too tired. I was going to go tomorrow. But after I had lunch and I had sat for a while, I felt better. So I thought, well, I'm just going to try so we can get this all out of the way my dog isn't happy when I leave, and I could do it all in one day, and then I'll be home all day tomorrow. So that's what I did. I went to the store. I went to the thrift store. It's huge. Now, I had my GoPro camera strapped to my chest. I was going to do a video. I turned it on. I turned on the video and we started. And, there's something about having the camera strapped to me. I cannot concentrate. I don't know what it is. I should put it on in the morning and just, get used to it because it's not good. But anyway, I was in there and I was trying to see which way it was pointed, and half the time it was pointed down too far or up too far. It's hard to see. But I was flicking it on and off, which, I don't want a huge, long, hour-long clip. So that's what I was doing. The trouble is, when I went to look at it afterwards, I had turned it off when I thought I was turning it on. So I missed a lot. It's really no good. I'm not going to edit it. I'm not going to put it on. But I do have a little haul. Yeah. Now it's much more expensive there than my Goodwill. Now I don't have a coupon or anything, but the way they do it is they have 3 different colors. One color is 25% off, one color is 50% off, and one color is 75% off. And you hardly ever find those. They're gone. They go through that cycle. Now the tags, the new things that were coming out today, I looked at those and found out that those were orange tags. So anything with an orange tag were newly brought out. So that's about as much as I knew today. I didn't even get one thing that was on sale. Now remember, they just had their grand opening. So I'm thinking that most all of the sale tags were, scarfed up by this huge crowd. I saw a picture of the crowd. It was around the building. It was around, like, down the block and around the building. It was huge. I'm sure glad I didn't try to go to that. But yeah, so no real sales today. And their prices, they price up anything they think is something. They price it up a lot higher than Goodwill does. So I was getting sort of the layout of the store, where things were. And I started looking in the women's, I'll have to go back in there with the I should have just taken some still pictures of the inside to show you, but I thought my GoPro was working, but no. So I do have a haul video. It's just small. I think I only got 9 things, but this is the difference. I spent $47.41. I got 9 things. So that means I averaged paying $5.37. That's like $2 more per piece than I pay at Goodwill ever. So, yeah, but you never know. Some weeks I may get in there and be able to find those really good tickets. So they have some good things in there. I mean, I saw them. I wouldn't pay the price at what they're marked at present time, but you never know. So I will go back, of course, because it's right there, right about 3 stores down from my Goodwill. So I sold just one thing today so far. I'm about to package it. I just had sold this. This is that little mini skirt, wrap mini skirt by Madewell in this black and white gingham. This is going to Marietta, Georgia. I just have to pack it in the bag and put it in the bin. And that will be taken care of. But that's only one thing from today. I didn't sell anything on eBay as yet. So, yeah. So that's my story of the birdies. And I will show you what I sold. I have it on a stool over here. Okay, I didn't really hardly get to the men's section before I tired out. I did walk around and just see where everything was, and walked around see where the shoes were and where the women's dresses. They're entirely different place than the other women's things. I don't quite understand why they did that, but yeah. So I went there also and got a couple things. But here is my one men's things, and it's another pair of these Wear First men's. These are 34s, a better size, cargo pants. And these are sort of a gray, more of a gray color instead of tan. They have that ripstop fabric. They're a hiking cargo short and have all flap pockets. Now I paid, this was newly put out because they had an orange tag. So I had to pay $6 for this. I'm not used to paying that. Now, people all over the country, they pay these prices all the time. But I'm used to lower prices, that's all. But I think that was a good one. Then I'll tell you the jeans at the end because they're probably the best. This was it's a real pale green. It looks white, but there were all kinds of things with this pale green tag. This was $4.99, and it's a Knox Rose. So I thought I'd get Knox Rose. It's just your normal style. Has a tie here, or a little cross hatch there. And this is by Ralph Lauren. You can see that. Lauren Jean Company, Ralph Lauren. This is a medium. It had that green tag also. This was only $2.99. Has a stretchy, could be off the shoulder neckline and little puffs, almost puff sleeves, or maybe a cap sleeve. There, it has a peplum and a stretchy waistline. This is stretchy. In this beige paisley print. And this name of this sounded familiar, and I couldn't remember of who sold this or where this came from. Elodie. Is this an Anthropologie brand? I'm not sure. Or an Altered State or one of those. This was newly put out as $3.99. It's just a little rayon. Puff sleeve top. It's sort of like, looks sort of like a animal print. It has a V-neck. Nothing much, but I was just throwing some things in my cart to get started. This is one of the first things. And then another Knox Rose, because I thought this was pretty. This was $3.99. And this is all like chiffon. This is sort of a dressy one. And it's new. But I have to show you this tag. Can you see this tag? I don't know if you can see it. It looks like it's been chewed up by a dog. I think I'm going to take this off it's all full of holes, bite marks. I'm sure a dog got a hold of this. That's what it looks like to me. It's half chewed. It was on clearance from $34.99 to $15.29. So we're just going to take this off. It's just on by a safety pin. But I think this is pretty. A dressier Knox Rose. Okay, my first pair of jeans. When I saw this tag, I knew this had to be something. It just looked like it should be a brand that's, either sold at Anthropologie or one of those shops. This is just a size 27. They're stretch and they're skinny. And the brand is Hidden. And I looked them up, and these are sold in Nordstrom and Buckle. And they sell for about $80 retail. They're cotton rayon, modal, polyester, and spandex. They're very soft, but they are skinny, skinny jeans. A lot of these have a raw hem. This doesn't. Now that this looks like it's dirty, but it's not. It's a shadow. See, it's not dirty. But a little pair of size 27 jeans by Hidden, and that's their little mark there. So I should be able to get at least 20 or so for those. I asked more. This is a pair of Madewell. These were $5.99. Did I say what those were? I paid $5.99 for those two. These are $5.99. These are the 10-inch Road Tripper, and these are a size 26. They're skinny jeans, and they sell for from $20 to $30 used. They sell $75 in the store. A nice skinny jean. They're in excellent shape. Now, I don't know. There were two of these pair. Why didn't I get both of them? Or no, I'm sorry. Yes, two of these Madewell ones. They were both the same price. They were both exactly the same. Why didn't I just get both of them? I do strange things. I don't know why. Hi, Riri. You think it's boutique? The Eloquy? This wasn't Eloquy. It was something else. Okay, I know what you mean. So Madewell, I don't know. Some people are saying it doesn't sell much anymore, but I'm happy when I get anything that even used to be good. Okay, here is, I was so excited, not this pair, but there was another pair exactly like it right next to it. This is a pair of Ariat rebar mid-rise boot jeans, okay? And they're a bigger size of 24WR. I'm not sure what the R means. Women. 24W, maybe regular. I don't know. Now, one was marked $16.95, and I just let that pass. Then I came across this one, and this one was marked $5.99. And I thought, well, that's strange. For a pair of Ariats. But I didn't look at them close enough, but I would have bought them anyway. This has a torn off loop, and where it tore off, it has a little hole. Now, these Ariats are initially made for riding, farming, riding, horse riding. They're a brand used by people with horses. I don't think that little tag, oh, there's two of them off. Two of these off. I could stitch those back on. But I don't think that's going to matter. Now it'll bring the price down a little bit, yes. But yeah, they're nice bootleg, boot cut jeans. And they're good, good size, 24 WR. So maybe I'll try to mend those. They both made a hole, but I can sort of stitch them back in there. I used to sew. I'll try. For a pair of Ariats, I'll try to do that. So I think it was a good price for, for $5.90. Oh, these are like work pants because they have a side pocket on the side too. I never saw a pair area. And look here, here's a knife. Wait, am I seeing things? Yeah, there's another little pocket there. Yeah. Yes, it's inside. It's for your knife. So, yeah, I'm glad I picked those up. Then the last thing, I came across two pairs of overalls, and they were in the women's dress section, probably because they're long. Two pairs of overalls that they had marked up to $14.99 or $16, something like that. And I passed those up. And then I came across this pair. These are extra small, but they're $4.49. However, they're just by divided. But I have sold, these are long overalls. These are distressed at the knee. They're both distressed at the knee. And I've sold every pair of overalls or short-alls I put on this year. So even though it's just the brand is divided, which isn't a good brand, it's not a high-selling brand, I bet I can still get I wish, $20 for these, because everybody wants overalls right now. So I'm going to get these distressed ones on and see what I can do. So that's what I did. That's what I got. I shopped as long as I could. And yeah. Let's see. Brown Farmy there. Pulled them up and found a hidden zipper. Open. Crotch jeans. What? I missed this whole conversation, I think. Riri, I wish you did too. You could fix these for me. You have an industrial sewing machine. Oh, wow. Yeah, it wouldn't take you anything to fix these. I'll be there with my magnifying glass and my glasses trying to see. But at least I have a few more things, and I will, it is exciting. Yeah, I know. I do. I get excited to find Ariat too, and I hardly ever find them. But yeah, I don't want to buy them for $16.95. But who knows? Maybe some of the people now dropping things off at Volunteers of America will go down a couple doors and drop them off at Goodwill, and they'll get better prices on them. Who knows? I don't know if Volunteers of America is um, one of those trucks that come around your neighborhood and they'll pick things up right from your home. I think that's the veterans. That's a veterans organization. But I'm not real sure about that. Yeah, so that's what I did today. Then I came home and I ate my little bit of supper, another half a sandwich, and some potato salad I bought, which was very good from Mark's. And I have chicken in my crock pot out there. I needed to make these chicken legs, and the quickest way for me is to just stick them in the crock pot while I was gone shopping. So they're done. I have to go do something with them. So I'll have them, I'll be able to eat on them for the next couple days. I have to make some potatoes and things, but not tonight. I don't need anything else to eat. Yeah. So does anybody else see the Orioles at their house, at their where they live? Baltimore Orioles. It's just such a short time that we see them here. They're beautiful, bright orange and black. The male is a brighter orange. The female has more of a yellow tinge, but they both have black. I think they both have black heads with some white near their shoulder. But they're beautiful birds. But like I said, I think I saw one sort of fighting at the feeder, so I'm thinking maybe there's a couple pair that I have this year. I've only had one pair the other years. So I love watching the birds. You know, I've always loved watching the birds. I will try to find it and show you some evening. I still have the little bird book. The whole front is torn off of it now, but this tiny little pocket bird book that I had when the kids were just little kids, tiny kids. We had our bird feeder attached to the overhang that hung down right in my kitchen window, outside my kitchen window. And I got to see the birds personally. And I would keep that bird book right there. And I learned a lot of different birds when I was very young. And I've been watching them ever since. Yeah, my sister feeds the birds too. I'll have to ask her if she gets the Baltimore. I think she does too. Yes, she does, because she says, well, she's ready with her grape jelly. Well, and I told her today, don't do that. And I told her why. So she's just going to do the oranges. Yeah, who knew? I mean, it makes sense. The hummingbirds, except my hummingbirds have not, now it's May 1st. I hope I'm going to get them because they come back in April, and my feeders were up a little late. But the hummingbirds, if you remember when I told you, the hummingbird male scouts come first and they scout out the feeders. So I certainly hope my feeders were out there when the scouts came by, because I haven't seen a hummingbird yet. And that would be a real shame. But my feeders are out there waiting, and I have one extra in here that I want to hang out front, but I have to buy one of those tall hook things. because the tree limb is not any place where I want to hang it. So I want to be able to see it. So how to get that big long hook home in my car is a whole thing. You don't remember seeing them? So good to see you. My alarm kept going off for Shirley and no Shirley, but I'm glad you take a break. Yeah, I do. I had to take a break. I couldn't do that every night anymore. But that was good to get me started, let me tell you. It really worked. Thank you all. But unless I keep going with my videos and figure out how to work this darn camera so it's pointing where I want it to point, because that's the easiest way to go someplace and take video. It's too hard to be holding a camera in your hand. Because I do want to go to the garden center. But I'll just have to figure it out. And we have to do the chicken thing. I have yet to cut my chicken's nails. Oh my. So hopefully, yeah. Maybe if I do it in the morning, I can see better. By evening, my eyesight is like gone kaput. It's getting, the sun is going down right at a bad time back. It sets back there where my family room is. And it shines in the window. I don't have drapes there. It comes in behind the TV. Well, when it's behind the TV, you can't see the TV at all. I mean, it's dark and cloudy, and I have to wait till the sun goes down. Either that or figure out how to string some sort of a curtain up there. Because, yeah, it's not working when I want to watch something. But the last 3 nights I've been watching, on Netflix, they have The Chosen. Now, I've seen all seasons that they have on so far, season 1 through 4. And there's 8 episodes in every season. I've seen it all, but they put season 1 back on Netflix, all 8, so that you can watch them one after another. So the first night I watched 4 episodes. And then last night I watched 2, and tonight I'll watch a couple, the last 2. I love that series. It's so good. And watching it again is even better because you learn who the characters are right off the bat in the front, which you don't realize who they are when you first watch it. But now I know. It's so good. So that's a high recommendation for me. So yes, that's all I have for tonight. I will be back on not Friday. I will be back on Sunday at 4:00 for my What's Sold for the week. Now, if I do something exciting before then, I will be sure to come back on, and that will be at a 7:30 time. But unless you hear the dingle, be sure you subscribe and hit the bell, because then you should get a little bell if I come on, if it works right. Now, if you're subscribed for a while and you quit getting that bell, they say to unsubscribe and then resubscribe right away, and that should fix it. So I don't know if that works or not. But it'll always be at 7:30 on the weekdays, and always 4:00 Did I say 4:30? 4 o'clock on Sundays. I will try to get something done in the YouTube world. So I will see you all Sunday, if not with the video before that. And I will see you then. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks, and subscribe and share. Bye.